Good morning, this is Ryan Hoffman, and you're watching the 5-Minute Stoplight Show, continuous education for real estate investors and professionals. Today I'm going to talk about the IE Investors Forum, which I went to on the 26th, which was this Tuesday. Nick Manfredi puts this club on. I really enjoy it. You pay $25, but you're not getting overly sold items, and it's extremely educational, and it's one of my favorites. So I'm going to include a link to that below. Also, the speaker for this meeting was Reggie Lal. If you remember the last video, I actually went to see him on a panel. I actually ran into him 3 times within a week, and he's now one of my favorite speakers. Couple of the reasons why. One, obviously his strategies are very, very solid, but another reason is why I really like him as a person, and I'm sure he's going to watch this. But when you are talking to someone and giving people advice, a lot of people don't have the strength to say, okay, my ultimate goal is to make you better, and my goal is not to be careful about your feelings and make sure you feel good right now. If it takes for you to get your feelings kind of hurt so you can have that burning desire inside to say, no, I'm not going to be that way. I'm going to be better than this. I am better than this. And you're going to prove someone wrong. Now, that's Reggie. Reggie is very, very direct and has a lot of candor, and it takes a lot of courage and a lot of yourself to be that way, and I can appreciate that, and that's why I'm drawn to Reggie. But as for what he taught about was ways to make money without having money while working in investing in real estate. He had a lot of different strategies that are a little too complex to go into in detail. But he talked about things such as wholesaling, which we talked about before, which is you lock up a deal, get it under contract, and then you find somebody who has money who will buy it and include in that purchase price a small finder's fee for you. Usually it could be a couple thousand to I've seen some guys who make like $15,000 per house that they find. Depends on how good the deal is and the investor who's buying it. You could do this using an option. If you went to, I think it was our first video, was talking about how you can use options to control a property for a very, very small amount of money, and you have the option of purchasing it, or you can assign that contract to another person. There's all kinds of creative things with options. And I'm also going to, if you email me or if you go to Reggie's website, BeTheSmartInvestor.com, you'll be able to find, I'm not sure if he still has it on his website, so we'll take a peek and go there really quick and see if he still has it. But he has a little thing called 10 Ways to Make Money in Real Estate. So look for that. Another couple options that he had in there were using self-directed IRAs. This gets a little complicated, and you're going to want to talk to a self-directed IRA professional. If you need one, shoot me an email, and if you are one, shoot me an email, and then I can connect people that way. But basically, a self-directed IRA is if you have an investment portfolio or something like that, or a 401k, you can roll it over to a self-directed IRA, which is basically a retirement fund which you have complete control over, and you can do real estate investment out of that fund. Now, all the deals you do, everything you buy and sell, if any profit that you make goes back into that self-directed IRA. Benefit of that is you defer all taxes on those profits, and you're able to turn money faster and make more money, and you don't have to pay taxes until you start pulling the money out, which is really, really good. Now, you can do a lot of work in there and keep the profit in there. Now, here's another strategy for people who don't have money but know people who do have money. If you have a family member or a friend who has a 401k, and if you have them roll their money into a self-directed IRA, they can then be your direct lender. Here's how an investor, Jeremy, who I'm working with right now, he has his Jeremy's going to correct me if I get this wrong, but he has his aunt who has a self-directed IRA, and his aunt will lend him the money for his purchases and flips, and she lends to him with a relatively high interest rate. Now, that may not be good if you were doing it with any other private lender, but it works really good for him, because all that interest that builds up the money that's in that self-directed IRA then gives him more money to go out and instead of being able to just do one house at a time after it starts building up, he's able to do multiple houses at a time, get multiple loans, and he just has more money to play with, and then it's a win-win for everyone, and his aunt is making money off it, getting like a 12% return as opposed to like a 2 or 3% return. Those numbers could be off, but you get the idea. It's a win-win for everybody, and you can do a lot of really good things in there, and for tax purposes, it's really good. So if you're interested in more in that, shoot me an email, and I'll connect you with a self-directed IRA professional. So that was my thought on the IE Investors Forum. Check out the links below. I'll include links for Reggie and for the forum. And if you have any comments or questions or anything like that, leave a comment or shoot me an email. It'll either be on the screen or in the information down below. If you really liked it, I think subscribe is right here. So click on there, and thanks for watching. Talk to you guys tomorrow.